MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace. And you know what today is?
It is Wednesday.
You're supposed to say it's hump day, and a camel's supposed to go trotting by us.
We have a crooked picture back here.
Do we?
I just
Oh,
noticed.
oops.
Somebody's going to
Well, I have literally
call us out on it.
broken everything from my CMA Award nominee to the Secrets from the South. Big poster is broken, and I've been meaning to go get all that stuff fixed, and I hadn't.
So are you saying you're accident prone?
I trip over things like you would not believe.
Me too.
I was walking up the staircase to the studio 2 nights ago, and I know I'm not supposed to be having coffee at 8 o'clock at night, but I tripped. And you know how you stumble walking upstairs, and I was trying to balance the coffee without spilling it, because ain't nothing worse than sticky stuff on your staircase.
Oh, yeah.
And I managed somehow, but it was by the hair of my chinny chin, as they so to speak. I have a question for you.
What?
I've been getting some strange texts from your husband.
Really?
Like at 2 a.m. And
You are
it's one word. It goes, payback.
Payback?
Yeah, that's all it says. 2 a.m. little text from him every now and then. Payback.
Yeah. He's going to wring your neck for that. Yeah. My husband is snoring at 2 a.m., so I can tell you he ain't texting.
Let me ask this, because you and I brought this up a minute ago, and I think a lot of people do this. Dreams.
Yes.
You were telling me you had a dream, and I was nowhere in the dream, I wanted to point out. But
I'll tell you what, I have some crazy dreams.
all right, what's your latest?
Well, I dreamed that my daughter, which is 25, was asleep, and I had her feet, and for some reason I was putting like lotion on her feet and rubbing her feet, and all of a sudden her toe just fell off like in my hand, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know. And then so she woke up, and me and Kurt were like, you think she's gonna notice? You know?
Yeah.
And so she walks around for like an hour in the dream and don't even know. I mean, it's just crazy stuff. I mean, why would I even dream that?
That almost reminds me of the, if anybody went to Northeast High School and had Mr. Mack as VOAG, he used to, he always told us stories, and he was telling us when he worked the pipeline in Alaska, it's bad cold up there. He said that one of the fellas broke his ear off. It was so cold. And he said they had to hold it with a sock around their hand out the window on the way to the hospital so they could reattach the guy's ear because it literally just fell off in his hand. I don't know whether he was telling me the truth or not, but at 15 years old in high school, it sure was a good story.
Oh, yeah. I want to say, did he teach driver's ed?
Tommy Dale did.
It was a
could've.
Mr. Mack. I know that I had him for a driver. I think I did pretty much for driver's ed one summer. So
That's
I
a
don't know.
possibility.
He
It was always
he was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sold a bunch of Amway in his life, done a bunch of that, but Mr. Mack was a good guy.
Well, we had several different. I think Coach Boatner was one of the teachers in that summer program, which that was I don't even know what you want to call it. If you acted like you were trying to go to sleep, he'd slam a book or something, or he'd
wake
break
you
out
up.
singing in the class or something. So yeah.
Memories. But, as we brought up dreams there, everybody has these just odd dreams. Sometimes you wake up and you go, was it live or was it Memorex? That it really was that close to being something real.
Have you ever woke up and you're mad, like if your
yeah.
husband or your wife or whatever, because like in the dream they made you mad? I've done that before. I'm really upset. It takes me a little while to calm down. It's crazy. It's like it's so real.
That's when you wake up and you're going, what is wrong with you? And people throwing stuff. And
Yeah. Well, it's funny because Kurt and I have both done that. So.
And that's just an average thing, though. And, you get into all this people of, they say that there's people that can, what do you call it, tell what your dreams were really about, what it meant that you dreamed. I've never, and some people have the same dream night after night after night. That's kind of freaky.
I have a client that had like night terrors. She would wake up like screaming in the night and stuff. And so every time she would sleep, it would happen. So now, that's scary.
The only thing that I remember as a kid, and this was a Saturday morning, I was 11 years old. I will never forget it. My sister got up, we were eating breakfast, and she come in and she goes, I dreamed that Uncle Jack passed away. 2 hours later, we get a call that he had died about the same time that she said she had the dream. That was real, because she went real vivid about, he talked to her and told her he was going to miss her, but anything she ever needed, we're all just sitting at the kitchen table kind of eating her, looking at her, and then it comes true. That was the freakiest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that is.
So,
odd.
Candace, do y'all see this new do? It's up today.
This is my, I was in a hurry and didn't have time to mess with it. Today. So
I thought you spent hours doing that.
no, it didn't take me about 5 minutes to throw it up in the phone.
Show your fingernails. You got something going on with your nails too today.
I just got like a different color polish.
Okay, look at here. Mine still got the same dirt on them from yesterday.
It's pink, but it looks like it just. I don't know.
What do you call nude?
Yeah, that was also. I was in a hurry, or I was running a few minutes late, so this didn't take us long. Job, story of my life,
That does happen.
Yeah.
Well, we want to say good morning to each and every one of you for joining us here, whether it's on Facebook, it's on YouTube, Twitch, or here on television on MeTV, and tell them how they can be a part of the show.
That's right. You can go to Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, and you can comment on there. But you go to Scotty Ray's Weather, excuse me. You got it on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I'm like behind today. I'm sorry. I'm in
It's a lag.
Twilight Zone today. But anyway, go to those three media sites, find Scotty Ray's Weather, and you can put comments on there and you can interact with us. And also you can go to channel 248 on Comcast, and it's MeTV. And you can also watch us on there, and you can interact with us also on your phone or on your computer.
Or you can go out there and adjust the antenna to 24.3 and see us also.
That's right.
If you'd still do that. Let's see. We got some good mornings. There's some people that are already up commenting. We do appreciate it.
Galen Bradshaw, I hope you're doing well, and good morning to you. John and one, let's see. One
You
Jen
almost said John
Haney.
Wayne.
John and one Jen Haney, good morning to you.
Along with Joyce Snowden Godwin. And we also have Miss Robin Miller wishing both of us blessings for the day. Boy, do we need blessings, don't we?
That's right. We sure do. And we want to say good morning to Milton Sable and Ruth Key. Both of y'all have good morning.
Terry Carter is up stirring along with Fanny Stovall. How are you, girl?
Shine Pogue, good morning from Newton County, and it's a beautiful day.
Ooh, hope it is there.
That's right. William Beckham was commenting back, I think, on maybe Mr. Mac, that he was a good guy, I think, maybe. And Claudine Baskin wants to say good morning.
Let's see. Claudine Culpepper joins us also, wishing those Wednesday blessings to everyone, along with Larry Smith from Philadelphia, Mississippi.
I think you renamed Miss Linda Culpepper.
Did I? What I call
Claudine Culpepper?
Did I?
You was looking at the two different things.
Oh, and then I merged
That sounds like something I would do, Scotty Ray.
Get out of here. So sorry
Linda,
about
you
that.
got a new name.
I'm glad you caught that.
Yeah. Let's see. William Beckham was talking about another comment. He said that they built cattle frames for pickup trucks. Talking about, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Went in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shop glass.
So what we got talking about McDonald's there?
Let's see. Judy Ann Cook, she says good morning, and she wanted to know if we saw the video of the woman going crazy in McDonald's and slugging the employees. I have not seen that video.
I don't know
And
if
the world
that's...
has gone insane. It really has.
Now, is that local, Judy, or is that a national video from some various McDonald's?
I don't know. I've seen several though videos in like McDonald's or different, fast food restaurants where people will go insane. One of them jumped up on the counter and started beating on one of the employees and stuff. But
And what good does that do?
I don't know. I mean, you know what? Like that's just insane.
Just don't go back if you don't like the service. Go somewhere else.
I mean, right. That's right. Miss Jan Bushman is watching this morning. Good morning, Jan. Go ahead.
Oh, Miss Joyce Stamper's watching as well from over there toward Marion, Mississippi. Lita Jo Horn also joins us.
Good morning. Sharon Johnson, good morning to you. And thank you, Jan. She says my hair's cute. Thank you.
She's on this, isn't she? Jan Gunn joins us also along with Randy Tew. She says, good morning. Guys, you're a guy now. I like that. A little new nickname there for you.
Guys do wear these ponytails, they do.
Man buns.
Yeah, man.
That is just,
I don't like
that's
it.
like a whole different subject.
That's right. It is. That needs to be a whole topic to be discussed. That's right. William Beckham says, here's a pic. I don't know. He might have sent a pic. Let's see. Jeannie McKay, good morning to you. And JT Rigdon, good morning.
Yeah, JT, how in the world are you doing? Along with Angela Duncan, good morning there. Google has a letting go out of control. Google says, what's that now?
Google says a dream meaning difficulty of letting go out of control.
Okay. Margot, and I think she had a point there, and I'm reading it wrong there.
What is that about, though? What dream was that about?
She was just commenting on dreams.
Okay. I didn't know if it was a specific dream that we were talking about, like the toe falling off or the...
I'm scared of your toe falling off thing.
I'm scared of that too. I'm gonna have to call my daughter and ask her all her toes.
The only time I've ever got freaked out about, I had this lady back when we used to do the haunted houses, and that psychic who kept sending me those messages that said she was dreaming about me, and she freaked me out quite a good bit there.
Really?
I don't get freaked out about dreams, but she freaked me out because I was around her one time. I was like, whoa.
Goodness. Let's see. Charlotte Gray. She's watching from Philadelphia.
Let's see. Yeah. And if you've got a comment, we'd love to hear from you. You can do that on Scotty Ray's Weather. Real easy to do there. Coming up, we're going to talk about weather. What you need to do to get prepared for this weekend, because there are some possibilities there. As your mama used to tell you, better to be safe than sorry. So we want to throw all that out and make sure that you know what's going to be coming up this weekend. Also, some local things that have happened that we'll talk about. And as we get ready, what are we, 2 weeks roughly out now from July 4th, something like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's flying on by. This month is.
And if you haven't thought about fireworks yet and you want to be ready, see my friend. He can take care of you at the Red Fireworks Barn. Charlie, he's been doing this for years. It's on the right-hand side of the road, right there at Southeast School, where you take a right next to the Dollar General. That's where you find them on 19 South, and they've got just about anything. The largest fireworks retailer in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Air conditioned. Did I mention that? Shopping coolness.
Nice.
Yeah.
I get overwhelmed when I go and there's all these fireworks, but the good thing is that they have some TV screens that I think will show you what some of these things do.
Yeah, because it's confusing. You're looking on the counter going, what in the world does this do?
Yeah.
You've got the videos playing, or you can go up to Charlie and say, what does this do? He's very experienced in all that and can tell you, and has a huge staff to help out as many folks. And they're open now. Look at this. And they're just getting stocked. So it's going to be more and more and more as we get near the July 4th.
Get them early, because you might not get any in the end if they run out.
A big run.
That's right.
The home of the no dud guarantee. They've got artillery shells, anything that you're looking for. Get ready for this. Here it is. You'll have a lot of fun there. kids love sparklers. They've got even just the simple things that you want. Or if you want the things that go way up in the sky and do the sparklies and then pop, they got all that kind of stuff there. It's fun. You'll enjoy it. You find it on Highway 19. Drop in and see them at the Red Fireworks Barn. See Charlie. There's so much to choose from. They'll show you around, let you see it all. Again, Highway 19. They're open now through July the 6th. See them to get all your fireworks right there at the Red Fireworks Barn.
We had just moved to Mississippi. We were newlyweds. We both loved being outdoors. We're young and athletic people, but none of that mattered when an 18-wheeler hit our little car. Hi, I'm Devin from Ridgeland. After our accident, we called Richard Schwartz. He was very professional, kind, and caring. But maybe most importantly, he got us the result we were looking for.
Remember, I'm your Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz. I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
Okay, Candace wants to go further into her dream meaning here. And we got an explanation on this.
Yeah, she said that the toes, that the dream that I had about my daughter's toe falling off, that it means difficulty of letting go of control. I have that issue. I'm not gonna lie, I do.
I was gonna bring it up, but I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, I do. I ain't gonna like make any bones about it. I do have a difficulty in doing that.
Like letting your kids get on the school bus and you hanging on.
It's like, I mean, I just have to be. I do. I'm a control freak, I guess, when it comes to certain things.
It's too funny.
I guess that could be worse things, you know.
There could be a lot worse things.
Yeah, it could be. So
somebody, like when she was in high school, broke up with somebody. She keep calling the little guy, going, "Hey, when you coming back to pick me up?" And he's still going out Saturday night. He's going like, "You weren't that type, were you?"
I don't think so. But I mean, I didn't put up with anything. I'll tell you that.
Let that woman come at you with a butter knife.
Lord.
We go to Clark County Hot Topics for our next story. And this needs your prayers. I don't know the ending of this. I just know some folks have had to be taken to the hospital. As we look at this in Clark County Hot Topics this morning in the Harmony community, there was an accident. This is the scene of it, a Mustang and a truck. And it looks as though this was a head-on to some degree. I think it was 3 cars involved. But they have had to be taken to the hospital. So prayers for them in the Clark County community there as they recover from this. They even had to use, I believe, this right here, the life flight had to be flown in. Yesterday.
Yesterday morning. Okay.
So thoughts and prayers go out to Clark County and until we know more about that. Again, thank you to Clark County Hot Topics for sharing those pictures. So we could show that to you this morning.
We do hope that they're going to be okay.
Yeah, without a doubt. As we get this day going, let's talk a little bit about weather before we go on, because there's a lot, I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of uncertainty of what's going on. As we pull up radar real quick, we monitor what's going on down here to the south, right here. This is Invest 92. It is a 90% chance that it will turn into a tropical depression and then possibly a tropical storm. Odds are this is going to come ashore. Here's some of these tracks. Some have it showing it going to Pensacola. Another one has it going through Lake Charles. If it goes through here, everything to the east of this is going to be the worst. Right in here. Everything on the east side of a hurricane makes it worse, more rain. Now, let me pull up over here and let's look at a little bit more information on this. As I bring this up, here's the latest maps that we've got from the National Weather Service. It's sitting here, as you see, that's a 90% chance, and that puts it dead through Louisiana. That means
get it all the time, don't they?
Yeah,
every time. And
that's going to put us on the east side of this. As we look at this, I want you to look closely at this. This is Meridian, Mississippi, right here, and this is wind gust of what we're expecting from this. It's showing right there at Meridian, 39-mile-an-hour gust. You cut across over here to Tuscaloosa, it's at 45. So if this goes just a little bit more west, it will make the winds right through here a little bit harder. Now, let's think about what I'm talking about. We've got already the rain, saturated ground here. Trees are still leaning. You throw another 39-mile-an-hour gust into what we've had, we're going to get more trees down and then be without electricity once again.
Right. If you have trees like hanging over your home or over any kind of a structure that you might not want damaged, if there's any possible way between now, and before this storm, makes landfall, you might want to try to get those cut.
Yeah.
Just in case. I mean, if it's possible that you can. Some people can't. Some people have no way of doing that. But if you don't, just don't be, where if possibly one failed, that you would be injured or something in your home.
Chances are 9 out of 10 for you if you've got a outdoor event planned for Saturday or Sunday that you really ought to go ahead and look at having a backup plan.
Yeah, because we have a baseball tournament in Winona Saturday.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
As we look at this, and all this is the what ifs of where it goes. The National Weather Service out of New Orleans putting this up for the coastal areas. As you get into Houma, New Orleans, expecting 6 to 8 inches. Just west of Hattiesburg, possible 8 to 10 inches of rain if it stays on this current track. Now, if you look at this yellow here means 3 to 4. This is meridian. That would put us at 3 to 4. I've even seen some maps as high as possibly over a 2-day period there of 7 inches for the meridian west central Alabama area. Again, this is all at this point hypothetical, but let's talk about this a second. Make sure that you're ahead of the game. Be smarter. If you've got a generator that runs off gasoline, go ahead this week before this comes and get you 3 or 4 of those 5-gallon gas jugs full of gas to keep it going in case the power goes out. Make sure you're stocked up on water. I spoke to Joe out of the Piggly Wiggly this morning. They are slamming ice cream in the freezer now. Everything, they lost all of their meat, anything that was frozen in the store. Thousands of dollars had to be thrown away because of the power outage. Now they're back up and running and everything is restocked. So if you need something, you can go out to the pig and get all your groceries. It does not hurt to go ahead and, have put in the freezer, refrigerator, some bologna to make sandwiches to where if your electricity isn't working and your stove doesn't work, you can still fix you a big old nice ham sandwich. Mm-hmm. And
that's right.
You have to, and depending upon who you are, if you're going blue plate, if you're going Miracle Whip, that's always a big decision in the house. And if you think you're going to have neighbors over, get one of each.
Yeah. Just be prepared.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
But, this is just a few days out. Hopefully, we'll be sitting here Friday morning going, well, we made a mistake. It took a turn and it's going nowhere near us.
Yeah, you just never know. With hurricanes, they're so unpredictable when they first, pop up, or is it a hurricane already?
No,
it's just like a tropical.
It's not even that. It's a 90% chance that it's turning into one.
Okay.
And that's pretty doggone strong.
Right. Well, anytime there's weather out there like that, though, it's still unpredictable. So it just pays to be prepared,
And that's
whatever way you need to be.
That's coming this weekend. So you've got a few days to think in advance ahead of this. So keep it in mind. Good morning to Kathy Bracy. She's watching from Tylertown. Thank you.
Yes. Good morning.
Lori Moore doesn't want storms. She has a go-kart race at the Square County Speedway in Lena Saturday afternoon.
Goodness.
And I know her boy races a lot. Good luck.
Yeah, I saw where Christy Belk says they've been trying to get a roof on for 2 months. So please, no bad weather this weekend, she says. Let's see.
Need to go up just a little bit here. Let's see here.
Donna Roseman is watching this morning. Good morning, Miss Donna.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate that.
And Robin Miller says especially the festival artillery fireworks are beautiful. I don't.
Yes, she's talking about when we were talking about Charlie and all the fireworks you can get. Those artillery are cute. They look great.
Oh yeah, I've been to like people's homes and it looks like something that's like commercial.
Put on by a city.
Yeah, it really is. I mean the fireworks you get now to do at home, they are that good.
Yeah,
they really are. But anyway,
I remember this in the news today. I had a job I had to go to down in Alabama, and I went to, y'all know where Central Nell, Alabama is,
going towards the beach.
Yeah, and there's that last chance to get you a hamburger there on the right.
Yeah.
Well, if you go down to where the school is at that next red light and you take a left and you go through the bushes, a long way through the bushes to go to another highway. I remember, and I looked out to the right, and there was a sign. It was a big white building, and it had this huge fence around it. And it said, Geronimo once was here. He was in jail there. And this is who I'm talking about, Geronimo. He was born on this date in 1829, one of the biggest fighters that ever came to it. He died in 1909. He was a little over 100 years old there. Goodness. But Geronimo was it. You hear references to Geronimo all through history.
That's right.
But he was born on this date. This is when things started to kind of break apart in the United States. It was 1858 that on this date that Abe Lincoln accepted the nomination as a senator. And he made this famous quote, and it stands as today. A house divided against itself cannot stand. And y'all know what I'm talking about. There's never been truer words ever mentioned.
That's right.
And, you know, it's almost a repeat in some days there. Now, this next guy, I know you've heard the song. You would never recognize, if this guy was in a lineup, Arrested, you go, who is that? But everybody knows that tune that goes, rub it in, rub it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy Crash Readdock celebrating a birthday. He was born on this date back in 1939. And I'm just going to go out on a limb and say he may have been over to Kenny Rogers' surgeon.
Yeah, he might have.
Yeah, I think he visited him.
Be permanently happy looking.
I don't know any of the other songs that Billy Crash Readdock ever done, but that rub it in, it's really timeless. Yeah, put a little bit here on my shoulder.
Somebody used it in a commercial, and I'm trying to remember.
Had
Was
to
it
be
Ben Gay or something? I don't know.
Or a sunscreen, maybe.
It could have been sunscreen. I don't know.
But it was a catchy song. I don't
It
care who you
was,
were. You
yeah.
couldn't help but sing along with that thing. 1884, and I, to this day, and this is 2021, I ain't going near it. I ain't going to touch it.
Yeah.
But-
I don't like roller. I used to, like them when I was younger.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always been afraid of them, but I wouldn't get on one now for nothing.
But I didn't know that New York, Coney Island, had the very first one in the United States. Can you imagine 1884? Trains are just
Probably
really out
wooden.
there, and then getting on one of them things?
Yeah, it was probably like wooden, like a
Clickety-clack.
wooden, yeah.
No.
Wooden track or something on there. Yeah, that would be
Definitely not my kind of thing.
me either.
I go to
I'm not doing it.
Dollywood and I sit on the bench and wait on everybody to come back and visit me and hold the cotton candy.
I'd be like that Heather Land girl. Have you ever heard her?
No, I don't know
She's
her.
Well, she does these little skits. She says, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it.
I fit into that category. That's just not me. Theaters was busy on this date. We go back to 1978, and this was a big day for that. I didn't realize it was this date, but Grease opened up, and we would meet Olivia Newton-John, a lot of us for the very first time, and then those that watched Welcome Back, Kotter already knew this guy.
John Travolta. That's
Yeah.
right.
That was a huge one. I
I
didn't know.
loved that show, though, man. It was really good.
So did you like the bad girl, the good girl? Which side did you, or did you like the hairdresser girl that was the beauty
I
school
liked them
dropout?
all. I mean, I did. I liked them all. I liked, like, Rizzo. You know,
Was
she
that-
was kind of
Oh, she was the
cocky
tough
acting.
girl.
Yeah, she was the tough acting one.
And was that Frankie Avalon? Who was that
Yeah,
that
that
sang
sang the beauty school dropout.
with the pink hair?
Uh-huh. Well, she had pink hair, and he
Yeah.
come out. Remember, he come down the stage. I guess I don't. Was she having a dream or something?
It had to have been.
It was. Yeah, it was kind of like fit in there. But
Similar to where he gets knocked in the head. Doesn't he dream about a race or something in it also? Doesn't he get knocked in the head by the thing?
yeah, I think so.
something.
Yeah, but it was a good show. It really was. I mean, it's a classic to this day. I love to watch it.
Yeah, if it's a rerun, you can't help but do it. And also, a couple of years later, you can't help but watch this also. This hit theaters today. The Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Ray Charles, of course, was in it. And there were so many different. Aretha Franklin was in it. The guy that sang the boom, 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 that was from Johnny Lee Hooker was in it. Just numerous people. And Calloway, what's that guy's name? That sang about New York. He was in it also. I can't think of his name.
I don't know.
But that was a huge movie and hilarious. That old girl that he dumped wanted to hurt him. Do you remember that?
I don't remember the whole movie. I remember snippets of the Blues Brothers movie.
Well, what's his name? Elwood? Yeah, Elwood. They're sneaking out of the place at the end. They get away, and he had dumped this old girl, and she's standing out there with a gun, fisting to shoot, and she shoots at him
I'll
because
have
he
to go
left
back
her.
and watch that, like the full thing. Cause
All at one time?
I mainly saw them when they were up on stage performing and stuff like that.
It was cute.
Yeah.
Also, y'all shock me, blow me away with this. 2015, we were probably all stretched back, either looking at our phone or watching it on television, as a Donald Trump got on an escalator and he wrote it down and he goes, "Hey, y'all, I want to be your next president." This was that date. And, he went on to become the president despite so many people not liking that thought. He rode that escalator. That is such a scene. And then, you go back and they pull up the Simpsons clip to where they had predicted that.
Okay. I still think he was a really good president.
I think most folks do also. But a little bit of what went on today in history, and that's been 5-6 years, hasn't it now?
I guess it has, because
That totally shocks me that it has been that long since he did that.
It's just amazing how we spoke about this yesterday. How time just flies. I mean, it's just unreal how fast it goes.
It is. Now, I posted this last night. This comes out of Abbeville, Louisiana. And y'all pay attention to this. I brought this up earlier this morning. A 2-year-old has died because the parents left this child in a car. As these, I don't know, you know, and most of the comments on my Facebook page is, as a parent, how could anybody forget their child?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you, I mean, I've not done this, but I have been so rushed and busy and like, come on, get in the car, we got to go. And like, I've taken a wrong road and gone halfway down that road, you know, and gone, what am I doing? You know, like, have you ever done that?
Oh, I've taken a wrong turn, yeah.
And I know that doesn't compare to leaving your kid in the vehicle, but I'm just saying people do like have a lot on their minds sometimes and stuff. And I'm not making excuses at all, but it doesn't take long left in a car.
No, you'll die.
At all. I mean, it does not take long for you to smother in a car. And so these kids that, you know,
Keep your focus on your children if you're a parent.
That's right. I mean, you get a lot on your mind. It's horrible. I remember when that happened in Philadelphia. Don't you? Wasn't it in Philadelphia there was a child left in a car?
Maybe.
Several years back or something. I think it was. But that is horrible. And I mean, some people do it on purpose, you know. I can't imagine that. That's awful.
But I remember a story from a couple years ago that somebody,
horrible.
the dad was supposed to take the kids to daycare, doesn't normally do it. He
Right.
drives to work,
Out of
locks
the
up the car, and
like
he
I
left
said,
the kids.
and it doesn't take, even if like, say it was 30 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, and you go, oh my gosh, you know, I mean,
It's
it
too
didn't
late.
it didn't take long at all.
Same
I mean,
thing with puppy dogs. I know that's not the
Yes.
same as a child, but no excuse for this. If
Right.
you're a parent, step up, pay attention to what your children are doing, and it's just
we all need to be like, slow it down, be aware, you know, especially when you got your kids with you. It's just,
a big thank you to Judy Cook, who knew the name I was looking for, Cab Calloway,
Okay.
from the Blues Brothers. That is the name that I was looking for there. Thank you. And also Milton knew that. Boy, y'all were on this morning. Know these things that I can halfway remember in my mind. Let's see here, some other thing. Now, this next story that I wanted to bring up, you don't hear of too often. Do I think that they should have went after the guy? Yeah, but it got a little out of hand. A Utah, and they're calling the headline "An Angry Utah Mob." Were over at this lady's house, and her boyfriend had given her a black eye, and it was 5 or 6 guys standing around going, "Where is he?" And well, he just happens to pass by. What do you think happens?
didn't
They all took off after him.
She was pregnant. Right?
Yeah, and he punched her in the eye, gave her a black eye. Well, they chased this guy down and beat him and ended up killing him. About 6 of them. So they're going to end up going to prison over. I don't even know where to go with the comments on that because, you know, he should have been confronted.
Yeah,
but it went too far.
Because you don't do that. I mean, but yeah, that's awful. But that's like I was talking about. You know, one of the days when we were talking about guy that yesterday about the catalytic converter guy. Somebody was stealing it, you know, and he beats him and then shoots him and then he drags him and it ends up killing the guy. I mean, that's bad when you let your temper get that. I mean, you know, far ahead of you,
Same
and then
case
you
here.
do something that you can't go back to. You know, from
There is no going back once something like that is done.
yeah.
And but we see headlines like that all across America these days of what goes on. But again, as police are defunded, people tend to take matters into their own hands when they know that there's nobody to call.
Well, that's
the scary thing that could happen to America.
Well, that's like they were talking this morning. The defunding of the police had like caused a lot of people, you know, when they said gun sales went up. Well, you know, people were thinking, well, if we don't have the police to protect us, who's going to protect us? So, you know, people are going to end up taking matters into their own hands if they continue to defund police. And I mean, it's just, you got to protect your family.
And as we see the headline this morning of the summit between Biden and Putin is going on today. They're supposed to meet for 5 hours. How will that turn out? Do I think Putin is a stronger person than Biden? Yes, I do.
Well, earlier I was listening to Fox, and there was they said that there was a disruption that has broken out outside of the building that they're in. Some American reporters were trying to get up close to get some, I guess, pictures and maybe comments or something. And the I guess it was the Russian people or something were pushing them back.
Ooh.
And so it was like a shoving match between the two. So I don't know what the turnout of that is, but that's happened
A
already.
little discrepancy this morning.
That's happened already.
A little scrap. Maybe that's a better word for it.
Yes.
But I'm sure Joe has been in lockdown for 3 to 4 days there. They've had him in a basement telling him what he can and what he can't talk about.
Makes you wonder if he's got a little earpiece.
Oh, I'm
down
sure.
there, you know.
He will definitely have an earpiece. And I think they used to, instead of sometimes they'd have the translators to where you have a piece in your ear that translates what the other person is saying to your language, which would be kind of handy.
Yeah.
Now, let me also point out, if you've ever been to the Ralph Morgan Rodeo and you've had to stand in the middle of the arena and talk, they give you a microphone and you say something, and then 4 seconds later, what you say, you hear it.
Yeah, it
That
is.
when you honestly, you can go, hi, I'm Scotty Ray, and then go 1, 2, 3, and then hear what you just said. And then trying to continue talking,
Yeah, that would be hard.
I'm telling you, that's rough.
We
So-
went to a some kind of an event in like a building one time, and it was like that. I couldn't understand a word that they were saying because it kept overlapping the other
Yeah.
word. You know, I couldn't even understand.
So with all that being said, I say kudos to Mike Mathis, who is the rodeo announcer. And by the way, if y'all know Mike, you've seen him at the rodeo for 20 plus years after Phil passed away, Phil Gardenhire, who used to do the announcing. But Frog has passed away. And that is his horse that he's ridden for years and years. Frog passed away. So condolences to Mike. I like Mike a lot, a good fella there. But think about old Mike. He's missing old Frog.
Yes.
So
Goodness.
I know
they've
we're off
lost
topic.
a lot. Liesel,
Yeah.
you know, I can't believe. I just don't see how it's going to be the same without Liesel Harris.
There's a lot of people trying. That's hard shoes to fill.
It
Big
is.
clown shoes.
I mean, it is. He was the entertainment outside of the, you know, the riding the bulls and all the other stuff that they had going on.
And I don't know how many years, but world champion clown for umpteen dozen years.
I got to watch him in his trailer. Me and a friend of mine back in high school, we got to go in there because she knew him somehow. And we got to watch him put his makeup on. That was neat.
Going
so I got
from-
to see him before he had it on and then watch him put it on. He was a very nice guy.
Oh, he was.
Super nice.
So, but the Ralph Morgan Rodeo will be coming in August again, as it does each year. But keep them in your thoughts there.
Yes.
Frog there passed away on us. Now, think about this. Say that you've got your life savings, and you're not real trusting of putting it into stocks and bonds, and you go lock it up in a safety deposit box at the bank. You would
Right.
think that's okay. Okay, let's say that, for instance, maybe some criminals are using the same bank. Same safety deposit box. The feds raid it and they take the bad guy's money, but your money is in there too, and then the federal government now won't give it back.
So how did they have the same safety deposit?
Well, no, it's the same room. And it was a bunch of criminals using the same safety deposit boxes.
Okay.
And so they've seized everybody's money that was inside there.
Oh.
And now they won't give you back your money. And that's one of the scenes that is going on here.
Yes, that would be horrible because, you know, a lot of people outside the criminals probably had their money in there.
This happened in Beverly Hills. There's been there was a movie, and I can't think of the name of it, that had Denzel Washington in it, to where they knocked off a place where the mob was stashing their money in safety deposit box, and that could happen overnight. But these folks want their money. It adds up to about $86 million that was regular people. Not the mob, but $86 million of regular individuals, their life savings that were in there. Because a lot of folks believe in cash rather than putting it in. They want to go down and take out $1,000 out of their little thing, close their box, and go on.
Well, looks like the bank would have had record of who had what.
Oh, they got it, but they won't give it back because it's under investigation. They're, going through this thing of who, what.
Yeah.
Do you have ties to criminal past? That kind of thing. So that's a few thoughts there. Mason jar comes to mind. They're pretty safe.
But bury them in the backyard. I'd forget where I buried it.
That, and then your lid would go to leaking, and oop.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
This is almost one of those stories that we go to that happened in New Jersey. It was 48 years ago, 1972, I think. A little girl knocks on a door selling Girl Scout cookies. Y'all all see the sign. and I say this with this, always go with your kids.
Right.
But the
That's
guy,
like, where's the parents?
yeah,
You
the
know?
guy grabs the little Girl Scout and rapes and kills her. Again, this was in New Jersey in 1973. 73 was when it happened. She was never seen from again. The guy's name was Joseph McGowan. He was sentenced to life. He died in prison this week. A lot of folks go, it wasn't soon enough.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's an awful, awful thing.
Yeah, the little girl will
I can't
never
even,
come back.
I mean, I can't even comment because what I'd say wouldn't be good. So
I get that.
that's just a horrible.
But, you know, there's instances,
Unexcusable.
and we say a lot of this stuff of you cannot be too careful.
Right.
Keep your kids close because you don't, he lived 3 houses down from them.
Right. Go with them to the house. I mean, I can remember a time though, you know, when I was younger where like several of us would get together and walk to the park from 50th Avenue over behind the college. We'd walk several blocks to the park to go get a snow cone, you know, and of course the adults thought it was safe because there was some teenagers all together, but nowadays it's just not. You
As
know?
an adult, I wouldn't walk through there now.
Yeah, you might think twice about that.
Oh,
now,
think
for sure.
twice.
But yeah, and I can remember Halloween trick or treating. You know, they'd say
That's
you
where
can
I
go
was
around the
going.
block and go just this block. You know, but a lot can happen now. I
'Cause
wouldn't let mine do it for anything.
We're not far off from Halloween in
Right.
reality. We're sitting at mid-June here, and then October's not far. But,
Right.
you know, think about that when it comes Halloween time.
Even at Walmart, if you have a young child, don't send them in the bathroom by themselves. I mean, you just can't trust people. I mean, you just can't. You know.
While we're on our safety tips and mumbling here, if you do hay rides at Halloween and haul the kids, make sure you have somebody follow behind you in a car with their blinkers on where nobody will come up behind them and run up on you.
And I always have lights on, if it's a
Mm-hmm.
trailer, lights well lit, you know, well something. I mean,
We're not, and I don't want anybody to take us wrong. We're not Johnny Do-Gooders, as the old
No,
word used to be. We're trying to just think of what's best for everybody.
Right.
And
Yeah.
things happen.
they do.
I wanted to bring this up. A lot of people are familiar with this. The former Clarkdale softball coach that was sent to prison has passed away. Rick Robertson. He was taken to a Rankin County hospital from the Central Mississippi Correctional Facility on Monday, and he has passed away. He was sentenced to 12 years in jail. He coached at Clarkdale for, I don't know, 30 years or so. He was arrested in 2012 and sentenced in 14, but he has passed away. And I believe it was cancer that he passed away from.
And regardless of the situation of why or you know, he was there, we send prayers out to his family.
Yeah.
Because, you know, losing a family member is a devastating thing. So we do pray for them.
And some more local news, and not shocking a lot. Frank Berry Courts on Saturday night, there was a drive-by shooting in Meridian. Police asked if you saw anything, heard anything, to call them so that they can get the criminals that did this brought to justice. So that's a few of the things that's kind of happening local right now. As we turn to talk about our friends at Snowden and Company, I wanted to pull up their Facebook page. They have a lot going on. If you're looking for a home, they have these. And this is one of the ones from out at Lakewood Circle here in Lauderdale County if you're looking for a home. Beautiful home there that they're
It is
offering.
very pretty.
Also, if you're looking for down in the Enterprise area, a nice little cabin there. That's one of the things that you can find at Snowden Real Estate. They really go above and beyond to help you out there. Snowden and Company, and as you look at, this is their logo. When you see that sign, it means there's trust there. Amanda, I know her personally. A great girl. I know her husband, her granddaddy. I know everybody.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody that I'm going to tell you that's going to treat you right, it's this company is here. Find your dream home. If you're getting ready to sell, that's where they step in, isn't it?
That's exactly right. They can tell you what your home is worth. So, you know, you don't shortchange yourself if you're trying to sell your home. You know, it might go above asking price. You never know. If you're looking for a specific school district
Yes.
to be in this coming year, just talk to Amanda and the people at Snowden and Company, and they can help you out there.
That's Lauderdale, Kemper, Newton, Neshoba, Clark counties. That's what they do. All these areas here. Get your home. They'll take great pictures and market it just for you. It's high demand right now.
Right.
and low inventory on homes that are available right now.
That's right. And websites, just go to their website and you can look up homes. You can find out all kind of information about them, the taxes that were paid. I mean, anything that you want to know about the homes. It's pretty much self-explanatory. Just check it out on their website.
SnowdenRealEstate.com is that number. They're going to be open until 5 this afternoon, this weekend, by appointment only on Saturday. Depending upon the rain, and closed on Sundays. See them there, Snowden and Company. They've got a great team to help you out there. That's Amanda right there. Talk to her today when it comes to getting your next home or selling your home. You can call them at 453-3937. Again, Snowden and Company.
Seasonal changes can have a big effect on your energy use. When outside temperatures soar either up or down, your heating and cooling system works overtime to maintain a comfortable temperature inside your home, regardless of whether you ever touch your thermostat settings. But there are easy, inexpensive ways you can stay in control of your energy use. Visit emepa.com for energy-saving tips today. East Mississippi Electric Power Association is your local Touchstone Energy cooperative.
One call that's all. When you needing help, call Richard Schwartz. One call that's all.
And welcome back. This is Scotty Ray and Candace. If this is your first time, we welcome you and thank you for watching. And our next breaking story is wonderful as I pull up this next screen to show you here. EMEPA is just reporting 0 outages. Everybody has nice, cool air conditioning at the moment. And great job to EMEPA. Y'all went above and beyond.
That's exactly right. Yes, they have done such a wonderful job, and thank you so much. And I think they even brought people from the outer areas around, too, to come in and help, which was a great thing. They were still working on everything yesterday when I was on my way home. So they've been nonstop trying to get everybody taken care of, and we do appreciate them.
Let me check the state. I have not checked the state numbers this morning as to see where we are. And we pull this up here. State-wise in Mississippi, 603 people without power. And it's going to be in northern part of the Tippahawk County. Our area, though, look at this. This shows how well our folks have worked together to get this taken care of. That is great news. So,
they have to be tired too. They've been working around the clock, so they have to be worn out and tired. Working in that heat, I mean, just will take all the life out of you. I mean, I will.
And it has been some heat these last.
It
I was
really
out
has.
yesterday afternoon, and I promise you, how you can't get good air in, and that's what it felt.
I mean, it just drains you. You just feel like you have no energy. So.
And we're at the beginning of this thing for this summer. This is only June. We have that bad word August coming.
Oh, yeah.
What they call the dog days of summer.
Yes.
Margot Summerall says that EMEPA rocks, and they do.
They do.
A big thank you to them.
If you see them, tell them thank you. You just see them anywhere. A worker, tell them thank you, because, they had a hand in helping everybody out,
Christy Belk says, bless those linemen and crews and everyone working out in this heat yesterday. It was just awful. And I agree with you, Christy. Woo, have mercy. We go to Atlanta, Georgia for our next story. Now, we've seen everything that's going on in Atlanta. The Atlanta today is not what it was 20, 30 years ago. I've been a few times, and it's a rare occasion that you even bump into somebody that can speak English these days.
Yeah.
It's like a totally different world over there. But police retirements, since all of these protests, or however you want to word it, or riots you want to call it, have soared to 45% in the Atlanta Police Department. And as you get into the crime has shot up 60%. Can you imagine that?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, and it says over 200 cops have quit. I mean,
and can you blame them? So
I mean, I can't blame them. You can only do so much without support from people, and then you just finally.
You've got to back the police. They can't do their job, and we're going to end up in a country that nobody wants to be a police officer because.
Right.
So that's where we're at. I thought you just wanted to know what was going on in Atlanta, if you were planning vacation, so to speak.
Right.
Woo-hoo. Yeah. Lock your doors.
You really have to think about stuff like that, though.
Yeah.
You really do. If you're going through an area where you know that the police are being defunded or there's a lot of violence in the streets. I mean, that's not somewhere where you want to ride through with your children in the car.
No, and, you know, and I say this also, if you've been watching national news and you see that where the police or either the mayor of towns let people block interstates
Right.
and won't let traffic pass and they do nothing about it, that is probably not the town that you want to pass through on your vacation where you were going. Take an alternative route, a 2-lane that takes you in the back way around a place like that.
Well, you
because
remember
it ain't worth it.
when it all started breaking out. Do y'all remember the people who were pulling a horse trailer?
Yeah.
And they threw like these bomb things.
Molotov
those
cocktail
things in with the horses. I mean, these people are unstable people. I mean, I've watched them throw bricks through windows of cars with babies sitting in the back seat. I mean, people don't care, you know.
You know, and
They have no respect for human life.
And
at
this
all.
follows the same story here. As you go to Manhattan, the mob's overrunning this at Washington Square Park right now. And you've got de Blasio going, well, it's just going to fade out on its own. A true leader does not do that. He goes in and puts it down and takes care of the law-abiding citizens of that area.
Right.
And New York, we have shown you picture after picture of the spray painting, the town, the homeless sleeping on the streets, to where used to it was like America's vacation hot point because there were so many things to see and do and enjoy, and America does not want to go there now
Yeah.
because it's unsafe.
Well, you know, these mayors that do stuff like that, they sit up in their, you know,
Penthouse.
penthouses up there, probably, you know, in their millions of dollar penthouses. And while all these people, you know, and they just sit up there and kind of dictate what needs to go on and, you know, oh, it's going to be fine. While meanwhile, all these people down there in the streets that just, you know, are trying to get to work every day
Right.
or trying to go to the grocery store to buy food for their families are having to deal with this mess. You know, I think the mayors ought to have to get right down there with them.
Well, you know, who was it?
Get out in it.
Was it Seattle when all of this started a year ago where the mayor went up and he was going to join them and they turned against him in the crowd and started trying to whoop him and they had to get him out of there?
Yeah. Well, that's just like the governor, you know, the Cuomo guy.
Oh, yeah.
Put him down there in the middle of all the chaos, you know, and let him see firsthand what's going on. And that goes back to Kamala Harris. Put her over at the border. You know?
We're at 70-something days and she ain't been there yet.
You know, I just don't understand it. I mean, who is paying their salaries? People like us paying taxes.
That's right.
You know?
You're supposed to be the American citizen there.
That's right. I mean, somebody needs to tell her she's, you know, you don't have a choice. Get over there. You know?
Straighten it out.
I don't understand it.
That was put in, you know, of course, the president dictates who gets what, as Trump did with Pence. If you go handle this, and somebody told Biden to let her handle that, I'm sure, as we all know. It's just a lot of chaos across America. And thank goodness that our area, you know, you go from Union, Mississippi, you go to Philadelphia, Meridian, you go to York, Alabama, and all of our small towns in between, Quitman. We have pretty good people that live in our area and law-abiding citizens. And thank you to everybody for the way we live that support the police and our way of life that we have in America. We're probably very few places left like that. Left like that, if I can get it out right.
I think in the South, people are pretty much respectful of the law enforcement and first responders and stuff like that. Not everybody is, obviously. I mean, not everybody. But I think as a whole, pretty much people are respectful.
Yeah.
And like you should be. I mean, you know, couldn't do it without these people helping us out.
Yeah, salute to y'all. And I try to post as much from the police as I can, from locally to national scenes. So watch my Facebook page for updates of this, that, and the other. So always, when they need your help, they put it out and we share it. I want to talk about our friend Tiffany Bleau. She's got a lot going on over at her Décor boutique.
I saw her yesterday.
Did you now?
I did, when I was getting my nails done. She was waiting in the waiting area. I saw her.
So
we were actually dressed the same. We had the same color shirt, same color pants on.
So did y'all plan this, or what was going on?
No, we didn't. But hey, Tiffany, if you're watching. But she has a boutique inside the Atrium Mall. It's called Tiffany Bleau Décor Boutique.
And they offer military veterans 10% off. All you have to do is show your ID at the register, and you get 10% off.
That's right. And every day it seems like she's getting new things in. She has these very cute tea towels that have little sayings on them. You can put them just about anywhere in your home. All kind of candles, shirts with graphic stuff on it, graphic tees. This is a really cute one about the Yellowstone.
Yeah, Beth Dutton. And more of these are on the way. So if you're big into that.
That's right. She's got more T-shirts coming. I think she had some Marilyn Monroe. I was just fixing to mention that. She was going to get Stevie Nicks, AC/DC, and Blondie T-shirts in. Those will be fun to wear.
Yeah, and some statues and, of course, crosses that
Yes,
really
I love
decorate
these.
home.
I love these. I have crosses all over my home. But she has artwork, which some of it is original artwork that she's done and just modern artwork. She has rustic furniture, mirrors, plates, as you can see on these pictures. And also, she has these really cute plush robes that you can, and also the slippers. That
If you can get that, you got to go on and get you some slippers up in there.
That is so cute.
See it all, and of course, pillows, throw pillows, whatever you want to call these. It's all at Tiffany Blue's Décor Boutique. You can find her at the Atrium Mall. They'll be there today, opened up from 10 until 5:30, closed on Sunday, but there on Saturday is also. Drop in and visit with them. Bound to have something that you'll like there.
One call that's all. When you needin' help, call Richard Schwartz. One call that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. That's a nice little necklace there. I just now noticed that.
Thank you. I wear this a good bit. I love my
Been sitting there all morning and just glanced over and saw it.
I love it.
I'm not being observant, is what they
I get
call
a lot
it.
of compliments on this necklace. I've had it for several years now, but I love it. It's just a little simple silver cross.
There you go. We had some more comments that you wanted to bring up.
Let's see. Judy Ann Cook said that she's so happy her church this past Sunday honored all the local policemen and women and the county officers. And I think that's a wonderful thing.
It is.
You know, that is good. Glad that they did that.
We take that as much as we can there. Some folks are getting kind of upset in New Hampshire. And I can see Candace like losing her cool on the school over this. What they done was they had an auditorium meeting, and if you had had the shot, you didn't get anything. But if you had not had the shot, they took a black magic marker and marked your hand. And parents are irate, I think is the word, that their kids were branded for not having the shot.
And I mean, I thought, you know, it's known that children, you know, are not as affected by
Correct.
This, so. Yeah, I'm still kind of having issues about the
taking it or not.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna have to just I'm gonna have to take it to be able to see my son,
And seeing your son is more important.
It's very much more important, you know. But I mean, it's just a lot of mixed emotions about it, and you know, a lot of people. When I have a discussion with people, they act like they get really aggravated sometimes, not all the time. You know, they'll say, well, I would much rather get the shot and know that I didn't give COVID to somebody.
Right.
Okay, you know. But then there's also the argument on the other side that there are risks, you know, and, you know, some people, I don't know.
It's a tough decision.
It really is a tough decision. But, I mean, when you do have a discussion with somebody, remember that they have just as much right to be on one side for it as you have just as much right to be on the other side against it.
That's what makes America.
That's exactly right. So, you know, you got to kind of, you know, weigh it out. I don't know. I guess I'm end up getting it anyway so I can go see my son. And I really probably going to have to get it today because today will be the last day that I can get it.
And get everything.
Actually, because they want us to be vaccinated 2 weeks prior to the ceremony. And it's really aggravating because, you know, they're telling the trainees, which all are usually like 18, some of them are older, but, you know, they're telling them that they have to be vaccinated to have off-base liberty, which means they can't leave base with their families if they're not vaccinated. So I talked to somebody yesterday and they tell me, well, we don't know yet if we're going to let them off base anyway. So why are you forcing them to get, I'm really aggravated about it.
I can tell.
So yeah, I'm really aggravated about it because my son did not want it. He did not want it. He did not know that was going to be a situation when he signed up and went over there. And so everybody was kind of just blindsided by it. I even spoke to a man yesterday on base who is military there. And he said he didn't understand how they were able to do it because they can't legally ask them if they have their vaccination cards because it's against HIPAA law. So how can they ask us? I don't understand.
point.
It's a lot of if y'all have any information about it, I'd love to know it.
She'll call you too.
I would love to know it. Yeah.
Have you ever been cleaning your house, dusting, and you take a picture off the wall, and that where the sunlight comes through your wall, that there's a outline of where your picture was hanging?
Yeah.
I saw this yesterday as I was skimming things, and you take a restaurant that you go in and you get coffee every day. You go, maybe you have eggs, or maybe it's just a cup of coffee. That's it.
Right.
And then someone takes a picture of the restaurant when no one is there. Look at this picture. Do you see the outline of the people where they sit at the booth every day on the wall as the sun comes in? Now, is that not neat or what?
That is really neat. It really is.
As you see people sitting there,
Well,
and
they
they're
must
not.
stay busy.
Yeah, they do. Another picture that one was old here. This is the Great Wall in China of where people walk up it every day.
And it's put indentions.
Yeah,
steps
where
and
people
the
climb.
stairs.
But it is interesting when you go to
really neat.
cleaning around the house and that frame or the outline of the dust where something was. It does happen a lot there. I thought I wanted to share that
Yeah,
with
that
you.
is neat. I was noticing the same thing, like in our camper, the carpet, when you lift up the bunk mattress under there, the carpet is like brand new. And then the other carpet right there where the skylight thing comes through, it's all faded, So, I mean, yeah.
If you have about $15 million, would like to own Simon Cowell's home, he's getting ready to sell it. They say it is haunted by a ghost of the Roman Emperor. Am I saying this? Hadrian? Somebody that he may have dated.
Oh.
So, $15 million.
Now, how does he know that that's who that is?
Well, he didn't say it. That's what the journalists are saying. That
Well, I
haunts the
wonder how
home.
they know that it's
Maybe
this
they spent
man's-
the night there, and he goes, whoo.
Yeah, he might. Yeah.
Yeah, and if y'all
Who
were,
knows?
I'm not going to repeat the headline that I'm looking.
Right. Yeah, if you could.
Yeah, because it is. If you ever watch Ghostbusters, they had a scene in there about the ghost of.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I must have missed that scene.
yeah, it was in there. It was in there. So something to think about there.
Yeah.
So this is already Wednesday morning. It is Hump Day. And as we get this day rolling, again, we say so many thank yous of the people that have invited us into their home, that do this every day, whether it's your phone or your television set. We thank you. If you ever have a community announcement, we'd like to know about it. If something's going on in your church, your group, let us know because we'll talk about it.
That's right. We'll talk about just about everything on here.
Right.
And we love comments. We love appropriate comments. We don't like inappropriate ones. But we do appreciate everybody who takes the time out to spend their morning with us.
Yeah.
And we look forward to it every day. And you are a blessing to us, each and every one of you. And we want to thank you.
We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow morning. It all happens here again on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and also here at MeTV 24. Thank y'all so much.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by